Hi, welcome, Nikki. We're happy to have you here with us. We were just getting started. We actually are here and celebrating our Labor Day weekend. So we are with family, um, out doing a little vacationing. So we were just talking to them about the drum, but we are happy to have you join us this Sunday for our Be for the Village Soul-Filled Sunday. So welcome. My name is Jariva. My pronouns are she and her. And
My name is Tim. My pronouns are he and him.
And so our Be for the Village Soulful Sunday is a time that we gather to celebrate the drum and celebrate the breath and ourselves. So we will have, oh, there you are. Hi. So Tim will give us a lesson on the drum. And then we'll move into meditation with the drum being our background. And then we'll move into a gentle yoga flow if you like to join us in that.
Okay, that sounds great. I've got my drum here too, so I might follow along.
Oh, awesome.
Mm,
Awesome. And I see you have a gong in the back as well.
yeah, I've got loads of stuff, got crystal balls and all sorts of stuff. So
Awesome.
hey,
Yay. Well, we're so happy to have you with us. This is going to be
yeah,
fun.
well, I'm really happy to be here. So I'm really interested in connecting with other people that are using like vibrational therapy and just kind of like coming out of ourselves and kind of, you know, being one, I think is
Yes.
the right
Yes.
collective, being part of the collective.
Part of the collective. I love it. I love it. Yes, because our vision, and of course, Tim is my life partner, but we formed this organization to provide healing to the disadvantaged, disenfranchised, and marginalized through ancient wisdom, traditions, teachings, and ways of living. And of course, again, Tim will talk about it, but we understand the sacredness of the drum, and then understand the sacredness of the breath and our yoga lifestyle, not just the physical practice, but the lifestyle of yoga and how it not only aligns us in mind, body, and spirit within ourselves, but then we're able to take that and move out into the world to then unify with others and become part of that collective and be able to vibrate at a frequency of healing and transformation and freedom. So we're so happy to have you here with us today, Nikki.
Great, thank you. Happy
Awesome.
to be here.
Great. So we, like I said, we have a few people in the room, but they don't want to be on camera, so they're off in the corner. So you may hear some talking in the background as they are chiming in with Tim. But feel free. We are very low key, informal. Ask questions as they come up, and I'm going to turn it over and let Tim take it over.
All right. Hopefully, you can hear me okay.
Is you hear him good, Nikki? Okay.
Okay. So, we're talking about the drum, in particular the djembe drum. The djembe drum comes to us out of the Mali region in West Africa, primarily made up of four countries: Guinea, Mali, Senegal, and the Ivory Coast. Um, I have gone to great lengths to make sure that I pick up and purchase drums that actually come from that area of the world so that I can have wood that's indigenous to those regions. So this is one that I believe comes from Guinea or possibly Mali based on the carving. The djembe is hewn from a tree and hollowed out by master carvers. They're part of the blacksmith craftsman class of people in the villages throughout West Africa. The djembe is skinned on top with an animal skin. In my case, I believe this is a goat skin. Um, it can also be skinned with calf. Calf, of course, is a little bit tougher, more durable, so it'll last longer than goat skin, depending on how well you take care of it and how well you play it. It uses a three-ring system for tuning. There's one ring down at the bottom and then two rings at the top. One we wrap the flesh around, and then another ring we kind of pinch it together. And then we use what's called a Mali weave system to actually tighten and pull these rings all together to stretch the skin and give us the tonation that we're looking for. So the djembe is sacred because we know that an animal had to give its life, a tree gave its life, And then we also pay honor to the craftsmen that actually constructed the drum. So most drummers were taught early on that you treat your drum as a sacred object. You know, we know that the circle spheres are considered sacred and a symbol of oneness. So whenever I look and sit down to play my drum, you know, that's a thought that crosses my mind, you know, immediately. We were just talking as you joined about how serious we take that. So each drummer, you know, you kind of own your drum because you're putting your energy, your sweat, your tears, your blood, whatever, into that drum, and you really don't want other energy mixed in with it. We're not as superstitious here in the States, but for some of the drummers that we learn from, you just don't touch their drum. You know, they never know when someone with bad energy may be trying to do something to their drum, so everybody is super protective of it. We have other drums that are community drums that anybody can play. That's fine. That's not our drum. That, you know, when I sit down and want to get into a meditative state, I want my drum that's clean, pure with my energy. So that's our drum. The djembe drum has 3 primary notes, sounds, tones that we speak of. The first is a bass note that's made by just holding your hand stiff and striking the center of the drum. And when we play, we strike it. It's almost like a clap against the skin because we want the sound to resonate. If you're paying attention to how I'm sitting, my drum is not flat on the ground, because if it is, the sound gets trapped, and it's about resonating the skin. There's our word, resonate. And so you want the sound to travel out. So there's an image in this book, a book I highly recommend called The Drummer's Path by Greg Sule. I want to say Williams. I think his name is Greg Williams. But he has a diagram that as we strike the drum, the energy comes back out and is circular and then comes back to us. But it's just energy loops that are going on all the time. We have to pay attention to that. It's creating all these meridians and things that I can't necessarily explain. But as the drummer gives energy, he can also receive energy. And so he's staying in tune so he can replenish and refill his energy while he's playing. So the first note was our bass note. Our second note, we play by lining up the ridge of your hand with the bearing edge of the drum. And we always, when I teach children, or just teach anybody, is you want to have a triangle in front of you, in front of the drum. So you know that that's where you're going to play, and you want to play there all the time. So I shouldn't be playing notes and trying to find them anywhere but right here in front of me. So the second note is called a tone note or a voice note. We play that by keeping our 4 fingers together, keeping them stiff, and we're just going to come down on one side of that triangle, the imaginary triangle we have. That's our tone note. The last note is called a slap note, and it's played in the exact same position. The difference is your fingers are spread apart and you allow them to be loose so that it can create a higher pitch note. And it should sound different between the tone so we have those 3 notes that we teach. There are other techniques. There are flams and I don't even know all the technical terms for all these things that we get taught, but bass, tone, slap are the 3 notes. So the rhythm that I was teaching today is called cuckoo. It is a celebration rhythm. It comes to us from the Bela region of Guinea. That is where there's the coastal region in Guinea. This rhythm is played to celebrate the women coming back into the village after harvesting fish. So Yeah, so that's what cuckoo is all about. So, there's a signal in the music that tells us when to start, stop, and change. It's called a break. The break for cuckoo sounds like this. So we play that instead of saying 5, 6, 7, 8. That signal replaces it in the music, and we don't have to necessarily talk. That break also sets the pace for the rhythm. So if I play, you know that we're going to be going slower than as I put the two add on to that, you'll see what I'm talking about. But again, in your head, when you hear that, is the count of 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first pattern that we normally teach, especially if I'm teaching students, children, first pattern is bass, bass, tone, 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 6 notes. We usually teach them to start with one hand that we choose, because we want everybody to be, when I'm teaching, I want to have everybody playing it a certain way, so if I have to make corrections, I know who to correct and how to help them out. Because some of the guys, when I start teaching them, they favor their dominant hand, but we want them to use both hands. This pattern in particular allows us to go right, left, right, left, left, and then we'll switch it up and have them start with the left hand, because as we learn these rhythms, we want to be ambidextrous, because if we're performing, I play for drum classes a lot, and after playing one rhythm for an hour, if it's heavy on my dominant hand, I've got to learn how to switch it so that I can give my dominant hand some relief without affecting the sound. So we have to learn how to play both ways. So that was pattern number 1, bass, bass. Second part, slap, bass, tone, tone, slap, bass, tone, tone. So off of the break. Start, break, stop, break, and that was pattern number 2. Slap, bass, tone, tone. Third one is tone, tone, slap, tone, tone, slap, tone, tone, slap, tone, tone, slap. Off the break. So that's our third one. Fourth one. Slap, 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 tone, tone, slap, 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 tone, tone. Off of the break, here's what it sounds like. Okay, that's the fourth one. Messed up my break there. So African rhythms are polyrhythmic. So I wish I had drum for my daughter to play so you could hear what 2 of them sound like together, because some of these, when part 1 and 2 are played, part 1, part 2, they kind of marry with each other, and in the rhythm we say that there's this call and response going on. So person 1 is playing those tones, and person 2 is responding with his own set of tones, because they fall in different places in the rhythm. So when you hear it, you can hear this conversation going on, and you're just like, I get it. And when all 4 of them are played, it is really cool. So I'm going to play a break. I'm going to go through all 4 rhythms, all 4 patterns. I'm going to play this other thing that's called an enchauffement, which is a signal in the music that says something big is about to happen or we're about to end. And then I'm going to add on a little piece of Ivory Coast, because there's a little breakdown that when we perform this called Zali that we add to it, and then we'll end our drum lesson. So, here we go. that was cuckoo. You got the break, pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 4. You heard an enchauffement, which is just. So usually that's kind of like a heads up. If we were performing, we're telling everybody on stage, heads up, something's about to change, don't miss it, so we can end strong and end together. And then the last little bit you heard me play is a little thing called Zowli, or it's a break down from the rhythm Zowli that in Ivory Coast, they play it along with cuckoo. And so there you have it. Any questions? Okay.
I think she might have a question. She said, can you write the 3 sets of rhythms in the chart? Is that you want the tone, slap, slap, Nikki?
I can write, yes.
Can you write them? Is what she's asking them.
Yes.
Okay. You just have to write it down for her so she knows it there.
I'll come type it.
Okay, yeah, he'll come type it.
How long
And then
will you type
she
it?
wants the name of the piece as well.
Okay.
So yes, he'll come do that in just a moment for you. All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Tim, for your talk and sharing with us cuckoo. And like I said, he'll get you the information, Nikki. So what we're gonna do now is just move into a place of quiet and stillness, and just allow ourselves to go within ourselves. We're gonna take this time on the mat to still ourselves, be one with ourselves, and align in mind, body, spirit. And then, of course, yoga is a lifestyle. There are 8 limbs of the yogic practice, one of them being the actual physical practice. So we will utilize our mat and our physical postures to move us into a deeper state, moving us hopefully to the 8th limb of yoga, which is samadhi, or surrender and full alignment. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Nikki, I don't know if you're prepared to do a yoga practice. If you are, I invite. Okay, awesome. So I invite you to do that. You do whatever you want to as far as your camera, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. I invite you just to take care of yourself and honor yourself and whatever you need in this moment. All right. All right. So let's move on to our mat. And for those of you all who are sitting with us in your chair is your mat. So I invite you to just relax. Move into a posture that feels right. We will start our gentle flow in supine bound angle or butterfly, which means you will lie on your back, bring the soles of your feet into touch, allow your knees to fall out to east to west, and then bring your arms wherever is comfortable. Maybe that's along your side with your palms facing up, allowing whatever clarity, insight, direction that your higher self is calling out to you to just fall in and come into your being. Or maybe you want to ground, connect with Mother Earth, move into a state of balance and oneness. So if that's something that's calling your name, I invite you to place your hand on your belly and then the other hand on your heart and tap into that. If you are sitting in your chair, I invite you to rest your feet, all 4 parts of your feet on the earth. If it feels safe and comfortable, close your eyes. And just allow the sound of my voice, the sound of the drum, to take you into yourself. As we talked about today, this drum represents sacredness. And what I want you today to do as you listen to this sacred instrument is to go within yourself and tap into your sacredness. For you are a sacred being. There is only one you. And you were placed on this earth to do only what you can do. instrument to bring you within yourself, into that higher self, into that most sacred part of you. The part that is divinely aligned, the part that knows, the part that is clear, the part that is all-knowing, the part that is unwavering. Allow yourself to move into this clarity. Allow yourself to move into this wisdom. And allow your higher self to impart any information that your egoic self needs to hear right here, right now. For we are living in the time, a space, and a place where more and more it is important for us to align, connect, and to listen to this higher self, so that we can move out into the world, shining our light bright, allowing the sacredness that is within us, this majesty, this magic for why we were placed on this earth, to resonate out and to heal and transform and unify. So I allow you to sit in the stillness of yourself, allowing the breath to take you deeper, to allow your wisdom self to speak to you, to hear what you need to hear in this moment. And when the time has come for us to move into our practice, I will be here to guide you out. So the time has come for us to begin our practice. And again, this time on this mat is the time for you. So continue to tap into that higher self, allowing what needs to be revealed to you to be revealed. As we now begin to move into the physical practice of meditation. So if you are in a different posture, I invite you to move into supine bound angle, bringing those soles of the feet to touch, allowing those knees to splay out. If you are in your chair, you can bring those soles together and allow the knees to fall out wherever's comfortable, placing your hand on your heart and one on your belly. From here, release your hands towards your knees to the outside of your thighs. Utilize your hands to close your knees, bring them together as if you are closing a book. perhaps a good afternoon stretch for you. Release the stretch, and then I invite you to move yourself over to the right. So bring your right leg over to the right corner of your mat, your right arm over to the right corner of your mat, then cross your left leg over your right, and then drop your left hand into the palm of your right, moving into your banana or crescent shape. If you are sitting in your chair, you can just stretch your arms overhead, wrap your right fingers around your left wrist, and just move over to the right. Everyone come back into center. And then if you're on the mat, bring your left foot to the left corner of your mat, your right hand to the left corner, your left hand to the left corner of the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left and drop your right palm into your left hand. If you are sitting, reach tall and wrap your left fingers around your right wrist and just lean over to your left. Everyone come back into center, stretching long. And then I invite you to bring that right knee into your chest, keeping that left leg straight. If you're sitting in your chair, you can just bring that right knee up and wrap your hands around it. And if you're on the earth, you can drop that right knee over to the left, allowing that right arm to track out into a T. Perhaps bringing your left hand to rest somewhere on that right leg. And maintain that gaze up to the sky, or bring it out over your extended right hand. Moving into your supine twist. Everyone come back into center. And then drop that right leg down, extending it long. And then bring that left knee into your chest, or bring it up if you're sitting in your chair. Wrap your hands around that knee. Extend that left arm out to the side. And then drop that left leg over to the right, perhaps guiding it over with your right hand. And maintain your gaze up to the sky, or bring it out over your extended left hand. Come back into center. And this time place that left foot on the earth and bring that right foot up to join it, moving into constructive rest pose. Extend that right leg up to the sky and then cross that right ankle over your left thigh, coming into a figure four. Now you can do this in your chair. Just bring that right ankle over that left knee. And from here, if this is enough of a hip opener for you, you can stay right where you are. But you also can bring your right hand to that right knee and push that right knee back towards the mat. your right hand on that right knee and push it down towards the earth. Release. And then from here, if you're lying on your mat, you can interlace those hands either behind that left thigh or on top of that left shin. Lift the left foot off of the mat. And then bring that left leg into your chest, moving into your figure four stretch, stretching out that right hip. From here, release that left foot down to the earth. And then bring that right knee into your chest, or bring it up if you're sitting in your chair. Inhale that knee into your chest. And then exhale, extend that leg long, either lifting that heel up to the sky or extending that leg out in front of you if you're in your chair. Inhale that leg into your chest. And exhale, extend. One more time. Inhale into chest. Exhale, extend. Point those toes. Flex that foot. Point those toes. Flex that foot. One more time. Point those toes. Flex the foot. And then circle those ankles. Ankle one direction. And then move it back the opposite direction. And then eventually come to some stillness and allow that leg to fall to the earth, or release the heel down to the ground if that leg is extended out in front of you. And just allow yourself to be here for a moment, allowing the hip to open. And then bring the sole of the right foot to the earth. And just notice. Feel the sensation in your body. And just notice how it feels right now. Perhaps noticing a difference between one side versus the other. But from here, extend that left leg up to the sky. And cross that left ankle over that right thigh. If you're in your chair, cross the left ankle over your right knee. Bring your left hand to that left knee. And then just push that knee either towards the left top corner of your mat or towards the earth. Release. Interlace those fingers behind either that right thigh or on top of that right shin. And bring that right leg into your torso, filling that stretch in your left hamstring. Release that right leg down to the earth. And then we all will bring that left knee into our chest with our inhale. that heel up to the sky or kick that heel out in front of you. Inhale the knee up towards your chest or into your chest. Exhale, kick the heel up to the sky or out in front of you. One more time, inhale into chest. Exhale, extend. From here, point those toes. Flex that foot. Point those toes. Flex that foot. Point. Flex. Circle the ankle one direction. Then circle it the opposite. Find stillness and release that leg down to the earth and just be. Bring the left foot to rest on the earth, back in your constructive rest pose, and just notice without judgment. Just notice. From here, extend those legs long. Bring those arms overhead. Engage in that core. And begin to sit yourself up. Coming into a seated position. And then bring those arms forward, extending long over those extended legs. Bringing your chest towards your thighs, allowing your hands to fall wherever is comfortable. Release, coming into a seated position. And from here, bring your right leg in to your chest, allowing the sole of your right foot to rest on the earth and knee to track up to the sky. Inhale those arms up. And exhale, wrap that left arm around that right knee and twist towards the right, allowing the right hand to fall behind you. Inhale, grow long in the spine. Exhale, twist, using your core. Release, inhaling those arms up. Then exhale, drop those hands over to the left. And just allow your chest to fall towards the earth in order to counteract that twist. Push yourself out, back up through center. Extend that right leg long. Bring the left leg into your body. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, wrap that right arm around that left leg. Bring the left arm behind you. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, releasing up towards the sky. Exhale, drop those hands down to the right. Bring your chest towards the right side of your mat. yourself back up. And basically you can come into an easy seat and roll over, coming into a tabletop, or get there however is most comfortable for you. But we'll all meet in our tabletop. From here, and if you're in your chair, you can actually place your hands on your knees if you like. But you can inhale, round in that belly, shine your heart forward, bring your gaze forward, coming into your cow. And then exhale, round in the spine, bringing the back of the heart up to the sky to the back of your chair. Tuck in your chin, tucking your tailbone for cat. Inhale, release, bringing that heart forward, coming into your cow, pushing that chin out, the tailbone out. And then exhale, rounding the spine, tucking everything in for cat. Release back into your tabletop. And from here, you're going to step that right foot forward. And then we're going to beginning to move into a low crescent lunge. So allow your pelvis to come forward, and then begin to lift those arms up to the sky, palms facing into one another, coming into your low crescent lunge. Bring those palms to touch. Bring the gaze up, and move back into a mini back bend. Come back into center. Release the hands down to the earth. And begin to sit those hips back, allowing that right leg to extend. That right foot is flexed. Shift that right hip back, left hip forward. Shine that heart forward. And then release your chest down, coming into your half splits. Push yourself back up, bend in that front leg, tuck in those back toes, lift up into a low runner's lunge. From here, begin to walk your hands to the left side of your mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, and allow yourself to just release. Allow your hands to fall where it's comfortable, bringing the crown of your head towards the earth, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings, and just release, let it all go. From here, push yourself up into a flat back. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat in a low runner's lunge. Step that back foot forward about a foot so that you can straighten in that front leg. Shine the heart forward and release into your pyramid. Bend in that front knee and step that back foot back another foot, coming back into your low runner's lunge. Drop the left knee to the earth, and then bring the right knee down to the earth, coming back into your tabletop. From here, step that left foot forward, and then begin to making sure that that ankle is under under that knee. Begin to move that pelvis forward and lift those hands to the sky, coming into your low crescent lunge. Bring the hands together, look up to the sky, bending back, your upward salute. Come back into center, release your hands down to the earth. Begin to shift those hips back, straightening in that left leg, flexing in that left foot. Shine that heart forward and release, coming into your half splits. Come back into your flat back. Bend in that left leg, tuck in those back toes, lift that right knee off of the earth, then walk those hands around to the right side of your mat. And this time you can do something different with your hands. You can bring them behind you, or you can wrap them around your ankles, your feet, your big toes, peace fingers around your big toes. Release into your wide-legged forward fold. Push yourself back up to a flat back. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, coming into your low runner's lunge. Step that back foot forward about a foot. Straighten that front leg, coming into your pyramid. Allowing that chest to move towards the top of that left thigh. Bend in that left foot. Step that right foot back, coming into your low runner's lunge. Drop the right knee to the earth. And then bring that left knee down to the earth, coming back into your tabletop. Bring your big toes into touch. Bring the legs or the knees out wide. And sit those hips back and down, allowing your chest to move towards the earth and dropping your forehead down to the mat or a block for child's pose. Bring yourself back up into a tabletop position. Cross those ankles and then begin to sit yourself back, coming into an easy seat. And then bring those soles of your feet to the earth, knees up to the sky. Bring those arms out in front of you, palms facing in. And then slowly lower yourself down to the mat. From here, hug those knees into your chest, giving yourself a big squeeze, expressing gratitude, appreciation, and thanks to yourself, to your body for everything that it does for you each and every day. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees. Inhale your knees into your chest. Exhale them away where they're stacked over your hips and your arms are straight. Inhale your knees into your chest. And exhale, press your knees away. One more time. Inhale your knees into your chest. And exhale, press them away. From here, you can move into any final posture that's calling your name. Maybe that's happy baby. maybe that is supine bound angle, constructive rest pose, or maybe supported waterfall or legs up the wall. Whatever final position before Shavasana is calling out to your spirit, I invite you to take that position now and to remain here for 2 breaths. And then when you are ready, I invite you to find your version of Shavasana. Whatever provides you with ease, with comfort, with rest, relaxation, move into that posture now. Allow the calm, the steadiness of Shavasana to envelop you. And allow yourself to go back within into that deeper wisdom self. And allow that part of yourself to take care of you and to nurture you now as you sit in the quiet of Shavasana. And when the time has come for us to move out of Shavasana, I will be here to guide you out. So if Shavasana is where you want to stay, remain right where you are. But if the time has come for you to move on with the rest of your Sunday afternoon or evening, then I invite you to begin to bring movement into your body, perhaps wiggling toes or fingers, circling wrists, ankles, perhaps stretching long or curling up in a ball. And then when you're ready, roll over to your favorite side, coming into fetal position, allowing your bottom arm to cradle your head, your top hand to rest into the earth. And then from here, push yourself up into a seated position, allowing your hands to fall wherever is comfortable. Perhaps that's on your knees, or perhaps that's your palms together at heart center. I'd like to thank you for allowing me to guide you in today's practice. A practice where you tapped into yourself to know what you need to know right here, right now, so that you can shine your light bright, that you can move out into the world, taking what you have cultivated, taking what you have learned today out into the world, and being the source of divine light, being the source of divine good, being the source of healing and transformation and freedom, being the example. The divine, the love, the light in me honors and celebrates the divine, the love, and the light in you. And I close today's practice with Ashe, and so it is.